Hi there, Leigh Farnell here. Thanks for coming back. Now, in this session 1 of this micro degree for entrepreneurs on how to grow your business from 1 customer through to 10, how to get your first customer, we're going to be looking at the very first zone, the yellow zone. The yellow. We call it yellow because in Edward de Bono's 6-hat thinking, he says yellow is the color of optimism. Yellow is the color of the sun radiating. And when you're in the yellow zone, we want you being optimistic. We want you thinking of the possibilities. We want you starting with the end in mind. And so we've got a whole range of tools that we can share with you on how to do that. The first step we recommend, and by the way, when we talk about the color zone selling system, I've broken it down into a whole range of tools and activities to help you. And here we're talking in the yellow zone, the pre-meet zone, we have what we call the 10 Ps, the 10 Ps that you need to work through. Now, let me start with the first thing you need to do in terms of P is your personality. What is your profile? If you haven't done the talent dynamic or the wealth dynamic profile, I thoroughly recommend you do that to find out, are you a creator? Are you a star? Are you a supporter? Are you a deal maker? Are you a trader, accumulator? Where are you on that profile? Because as Sun Tzu, The Art of War, written 2500 BC says, know the enemy, know yourself, need not fear the result of 100 battles. And so you need to know yourself so that you can then tailor your business and tailor your approach to play to your strengths, play to get into flow. Flow, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, going with the current, with the flow, playing to your strengths, not going against the current. So, 1, what is your profile? 2, what is the problem you're solving for your customers? Which of course then means you need to know, who are your customers? Who is the ideal customer? What is your client avatar? And again, we have worksheets and I'll put some of them on here to help spark you, because you need to go in your head, who is my ideal client? What problem am I solving for them? How am I relieving them of frustration? Like in my case, one of the problems I want to be helping entrepreneurs and startups with is, how do I take my ideas and my passion and package it in such a way and promote it in such a way and pitch it in such a way that I generate revenue and profit. So then you need, who's my ideal customer avatar? What is the problem I'm solving for them? Then what is my product? What is the package that I am doing? So in my case, might be online sales, training and coaching. It might be working with teams. So in my case, working with everyone from Telstra Australia to DG Global, who are event organisers, to McDonald's, to BSI, to Blackburn or Niche Living or Edge Virtual Living. I've got hundreds of clients that I've worked with in a whole range of different industries, making the promise of, I will help you sell more, serve more, and prosper more. I'll help you and your people sell more, increase conversion rate, increase average dollar sale, increase profitability. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make it fun, we're going to make it engaging, we're going to make it impactful. It's Australian made for those that want an Australian English-based approach, not an in-your-face American approach. Not to say that the Americans are bad and annoying, but they certainly can be for some people. Planning. Sales planning. Who is my ideal client? Where's my target list? Now I say you want to have 20 to 50 ideal client names you're going to go after, that you're going to promote with multiple touch points. I want you to learn about what we call the R factor. The R factor is the relationship factor, where you're building up relationships with your target customers. And that then means you need to have 3 levels of branding and promotion that goes on. Your company branding, what is your company doing? What do you stand for? In my case, we stand for empowering entrepreneurs, empowering salespeople, give them the tools so that they can not only feed their families, but prosper and make a fantastic impact in their local community and then globally. So, company branding, product branding, what's the product? What's the package? What's the solution I'm offering? But also personal branding. What is your personal story? Who are you? What do you stand for? And so if anyone studies Gary Vee or some of the people in social media marketing, it's all about documenting, documenting your story so that you are building relationships. Frequency times quality of contact, the R factor. Frequency times quality of contact. Frequency times quality of contact with your ideal client avatar. So what is your sales planning? Where are your goal setting? Because the other thing that happens in the yellow zone, is, I call it sales delusion. You need to have optimism. This is going to be fantastic. This is going to be brilliant. I'm going to go out, because if you aren't sold on you and your story and your business and your solution, then how can you sell others? That's why I'm so passionate about helping people, because I know people starting off in business have little or no idea about training. I'm thinking back the other day of this archaeologist, done all these degrees, been to university, but not 1 minute was spent on how do I make money. It's all about get a job in the government. What happens when she's sick of getting a job in the government? Or a lawyer, or an accountant, or a business coach, or a consultant, or a geologist. It's all about get a job, get a job. Some of these jobs don't exist. What we do know also is that self-employment and self-sufficiency with robotics and a whole range of technological changes, people are going to need to be self-sufficient. So I'm wanting to put the tools of self-sufficiency into the hands of as many people as possible, which includes you. So what drives you? What do you stand for? What motivates you? Because you've got to get that story and get it out there. You need to have a prospecting plan. What are you doing through social media, through advertising, through Facebook advertising, through search engine? What are you doing to build up your community, build up your database? But you need coaching, because in most cases, the other day I was working with a client who is a financial advisory business consultant, and we said, what do you stand for? What are you offering? And the way he articulated the pitch, it was so confusing. And what we know about sales is the confused mind always says no. So what you also need to do as one of your 10 Ps is your pitch planning. Again, we can help you with that, and we'll do more of that work in the structure of pitch in the red zone. But you need to have an answer to the question, why should I buy from you compared to the competition? Why should I buy from you compared to the alternatives in the marketplace? You have to construct your pitch, and there's a process for doing that. Then you need to, on a regular basis, be personal development. What's going on in your mind? How are you managing your time, structuring your week so that you are spending time both dealing with customers, well, of course, winning a customer, prospecting, networking, marketing using social media. What are you doing to get out there? Because we say in the yellow zone in particular, you need to radiate to attract. You can't attract unless you radiate. It's a basic law of science, like the law of gravity. I was saying to a person this morning, you want more leads, you've got to radiate to attract. Not only that, there's a rule that says you want 3 times as many prospects in your sales funnel as you want coming out the other end of the sales funnel. So if you want 1 client, you need to have 3 prospects. And of course, to even get to the prospect stage, you need to have 20 or 30 or 40 ideal clients on your client list. So you need to know who qualifies to do business with you and who doesn't. What kind of person are you looking for? In my case, for our online academy and for our one-to-one coaching and our mastermind groups, then people, startups and entrepreneurs can come into those funnels and we can work with them. But my ideal client, when I'm working with groups of people, in most cases, are corporates where they have 10 or more salespeople, and ideally those salespeople are selling large ticket items, houses, financial planning programs, consultancy packages. They're people I tend to specialize with, where I'm often doing work with professionals. But that's not always the case. I'm working with a big timber company at the moment as well. But ideally, at the end of the day, my ideal client is someone who's hungry to learn how to be even more effective as a sales service leader, helping people generate revenue. Is the oxygen, is the lifeblood of any business, and I want to empower people to get more oxygen, more lifeblood, more prosperity. So the yellow zone, the 10 Ps, everything that happens before you're face to face with a customer. Product knowledge, planning, preparation, prospecting planned, pre-positioning and radiation, sales pipeline, pitch, understanding your own personality, your own personal development, and a range of other things. Want to find out more? Well, stay with us. Come and join us on the Orange Zone. But in the meantime, do the quiz at the end of this section and use some of the tools to help you with your product, your promise, your positioning, your clarifying, and as part of all of that, the promotion plan, another very important part of the Yellow Zone. Hope that helps. Want to know more? Touch base. See you in the Orange Zone. Stay with us.